Hi, I'm Ryan from Afternoons, and I have the privilege of interviewing Terrian. Welcome, Terrian. I hope it's not too early where you are.
No, actually, I just got back from Europe, so I've been going to bed at 9 and waking up at like 5 something. So
Okay.
I'm up.
Yeah, because you just recently played in, is it Sweden and Norway? Was that it?
Yes, that's correct. Yep.
Yeah. And what was
Yep.
that like?
It was amazing. I got to go over there with some friends of mine named Lindy. They're from Sweden, and they had me out for some shows over there. And I always find it special just getting to go and just sing worship songs with brothers and sisters in the Lord from all over the world. Those are some of my favorite moments, and it was awesome. It was awesome.
Is there a highlight from your trip?
I think the highlight might be there's this last show in Norway that we played, and the kids were just energetic and fun, and seeing them just sing their hearts out and dance around was memorable for me. Yeah.
Very cool. You're going to be at Revive Fest coming up July 24th and 25th in Leonidas, Michigan. And if you're listening and you don't know what Revive Fest is, it is an outdoor Christian music festival, but it's more than just music. It's all kinds of entertainment. There's a kids zone. There's a vocal talent competition. It's fun for the whole family. You can get all the details at WBCL.org. Terrian, you're going to be one of the musical guests there. And so I wanted to ask you a little bit, if you don't mind, about playing indoors versus outdoors. Do you have a preference between the two?
Yes, indoors for sure.
What are some of the challenges?
Yeah, as a vocalist, especially if it's outdoors, usually it's during the summer. And, the heat drastically affects your voice up there. And so you have to be very hydrated. And I always find the funniest thing about that is the bottled waters that are on stage. Usually they are impacted by the sun.
Oh, yeah.
So if you go to drink water, you're essentially drinking hot water every time, and it's just not.
So promoters, take note. Have a cooler or something for those water bottles.
Yes, but the trick is, you can't drink cold water while you're singing as well, because that dries your voice as well. So I'm always like, well, all right, we're going to make it through somehow.
What has been your funniest or maybe most awkward moment during a performance, outdoors or indoors?
Oh, man, this is a good question. Let's see. Two things. One, I didn't look down at the set list, and so I completely introed the wrong song. So I set up, I think, honestly, we just need Jesus or something. And the next song was a more upbeat song. So I was having this very serious talk on stage.
And let's take a hard right.
Yeah. And then one was, this was years ago, I was on stage with Toby Mac and the Diverse City guys. And we were playing at a drive-in theater. And so there were a lot of mosquitoes. Toby literally grabbed one of the dead bugs and he threw it at me, and then you saw me just I was kind of running on stage from this dead mosquito. Yeah, good times.
That's fantastic. So one of the things at Revive Fest is they have a Revive Amplify, which is their vocal talent competition for aspiring Christian music artists. What advice would you give to a music artist who is wanting to use their talents in a more public way?
This is good. I always tell people to prepare and practice as if the opportunity is going to come to you tomorrow. I think just because you're not experiencing your dreams in that moment does not mean that it's not time for you to prep for what the Lord is doing in your life. So that's a part of being a good steward of the gift He's given you. And I also think it's important for you to surround yourself with other singers and artists and musicians. I think that's how we sharpen each other and how we get better over time. And so, those two things I think have helped me over the years, just being ready for the moment whenever it comes.
Definitely. That's great advice. So you have a new album coming out in August. How exciting is that?
It's very, very exciting.
What are you most excited about sharing with this new album?
I think for me, it feels like journal entries in song form. I've gotten to have some amazing experiences coming out of just the fruit of the first album. And, there's a lot of busyness that comes with that. And I felt like these songs were just personal devotionals between me and the Lord as I was journeying through what He had me journeying through, going to share the gospel through music, but also how does that affect and impact your day-to-day life and just like your overall spiritual and emotional health. And the thing that I felt the Lord remind me of was the importance of just keeping near and close to Him. And so a lot of these songs, you'll hear lyrics that speak about remaining close to God, remaining near the cross, acknowledging that He is the one that will keep me steady. And so I think those messages of just like, I desperately need to just stay near to God through all of this. I know all of this is good, it's fun, it's awesome, but I can't forget the person I'm going to sing about in the first place. So yeah, that's the heart behind that. And the title is Mad Big World. And so, yeah, I hope people can hear that when they listen to it.
Cool. Yeah, abiding in Jesus, right? Staying connected to that vine.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what was the best part about recording this new album?
I think it was coming across new sounds for this season of life. I always try and show up in the studio and just invite the Holy Spirit to lead the creative direction best I can. I try not to think about, this is what I'm fairly known for, as an artist and the sound I'm known for. I think allowing that open space for the Holy Spirit to guide us made it a very, very enjoyable and fun process. It was challenging in a lot of ways because I'm like, okay, I'm not used to these particular sounds, but just partnering with the Lord in the creative aspect of it was really, really fun, and it made it some of my favorite moments. Yeah.
What was the hardest thing about recording this new album?
The hardest thing, I would say, fitting it all in between the travel dates. Because then you're like working two different parts of your brain. There's like the creative aspect, and then there's like the part where you have to be organized. And it's like there are logistics involved with me getting to this show and making sure the team's good and all of that. So having to get back into that space of, all right, now it's time to go back and pour my heart out to the Lord in music. I just had to make it that. It's going back to that place of, remember, these are devotionals between you and the Lord in song form. These are journal entries between you and the Lord in song form. And so I think that always helped me balance out those tougher moments.
Mm-hmm. So for the people who are coming to Revive Fest, what is one thing that you would either like to share with them or one thing that you hope they walk away from hearing your music with?
I pray always that people can experience the joy of the Lord. That's what I experience when I write these songs, being that, our stories have these tough moments. They have these moments that, you're like, man, I hate that this thing happened, but knowing that the Lord could use it for something beautiful and for His glory. And so I always hope that these songs speak to where people are in the very moment, knowing that the joy of the Lord is their strength, but also that people can experience joy as they experience these flashbacks of the Lord, showing them that His hand was on their life in the darkest moments and in every season. So yeah, I hope people walk away with the joy of the Lord.
Well, Terrian, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. If people want to keep up with what the latest is with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
They can follow me on social media at I Am Terrian, and my website is also iamterrian.com. So, yeah.
All right, great. Well, you can see Terrian at Revive Fest July 24th and 25th. Get all the details at WBCL.org.